spiritually this morning. Sometimes you're going to have to go through some things. Sometimes discontent and disaster will be that necessary precursor for you to be able to grow spiritually inside of your life and experience the change that needs to take place for the glory of God. As long as we are comfortable in this world, as long as we are at ease in this world, we're not normally ready to examine our hearts and institute the deep changes that need to take place. So on the other hand, when God disturbs the calm waters of our lives and we begin to be ready to seek different paths to pursue, when that takes place, and it takes God to come into our lives many times and disturb that calm that we've set up and instituted. So it's often when our career hopes are dashed that we'll look to God. It's often when our marriages are in shambles that we'll stop and look to God. Or the doctor says you've only got a few months to live. Many times in that case, someone will stop and look to God, and finally they are persuaded to get serious about spiritual things. When some disaster or calamity strikes inside of their life, then they get serious. But we ought to have the expectation that God is going to do something important in our lives at all times. It's in the storms of life that God will show us who we really are. But more importantly than that, it is in the storms of life, my dear friend, that God will show you who you really are. Amen. And who He really is.